Greetings and salutations to you all once again. It is me, the Ravenous Spectre, and today we got another pickups video. If you looked at the previous video that I ended up posting, it had to do with the limited run games, the first game that I got in. I was wanting to wait to do this little pickups video until my Ease Origin came in, whenever it comes in within the next 10 years or so, because I've been waiting forever on it. But yeah, I figured, well, I don't know when exactly that's going to come in. And I've got a nice little stack here that I just want to go ahead and talk about. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And we're going to go ahead and start with the first one here. And it is the double pack for Wolfenstein, the New Order, and also the Old Blood. I actually ended up just getting this today in the mail. I used to have the first Wolfenstein, and I got right at the end. And for some reason, and I'm talking about right at the end, at like the final boss. I was getting ready to fight the final boss, and the game crashed on me. I tried loading it up again. The game crashed on me again. Did it one more time, and the game crashed on me again. I was really pissed off. I went and sold the game and went ahead and said, the hell with it, I'm just going to go and see what the ending is online on YouTube. And I did. I was right at the freaking end of the game. And it totally pissed me off. I was like, well, later on down the road, they'll probably end up coming out with a patch for it. Hopefully they already have, knowing how long the game has already been out. But after that fact, I realized that the Old Blood that was coming out was going to be a standalone kind of thing. It was going to be like a standalone expansion, if you will. So you didn't need the first one to be able to play it. So anyways, I had no idea that they were going to come out with a physical version. I didn't know anything about it. The day that it ended up coming out, I went ahead and picked it up. I think it was like $20 or something. I played it and I really loved it. And it is a long game. It's a real meaty like DLC campaign thingy, if you will, for I think it was like $20. I think it was. You know, don't take my word on it or nothing like that. Had no idea it was coming out with a physical version until some months later. Saw it in the stores. I was like, oh, you got to be freaking kidding me. And I just found out recently that they were doing a double pack for the original Wolfenstein and also the Old Blood as well. So I went ahead and jumped on it with my Best Buy Gamers Club unlocked. The only thing I paid for it altogether was I think anywhere between $14 to $17 altogether because I ended up getting that Gamer Club unlocked discount and all that stuff. So yeah, definitely guys, if you want to get on with something really good, like a good membership, get on with Best Buy's Gamer Club Unlocked. You'll get points and certificates and everything like that you can use towards other games in the future, which I've talked about that in some videos in the past, but definitely a really good membership for you to be able to get on. $30 for 2 years, and yeah, you pretty much pay for the membership itself after you end up just buying a few games. So anyways, yeah, definitely glad to get these again because they were amazing games, and finally glad to have the Old Blood in the physical version, and going to go ahead and start back on the original Wolfenstein so I could go back and finally finish it. You know, so definitely awesome to finally get those. And I had this little Wolfenstein 2 rebate offer. Apparently what you got to do is you have to end up having, I guess, like the first game and Wolfenstein 2 or something like that. You had to have them together and send in receipts or something to get like a $10 rebate or whatever. It didn't make any sense. It was stupid. I just went ahead and threw it away. But anyways, the next one that we got here on the list is Assassin's Creed Origins. This is a great game. This really ended up bringing Assassin's Creed back to the forefront once again as being a great series. I'm glad that Ubisoft or whatever you want to call them, I'm glad they took a year off of the series because they needed to, because it was the same trite like Call of Duty bullshit year after year. So yeah, definitely glad that they ended up doing that because to me it really did make a difference. It seems to me like the controls are a lot better, the combat is a lot better. The world is great to explore. There's a lot of places to explore. It seems like it's much more expansive than what it was before. There's obviously the story, and obviously you have a lot of side missions as well and other stuff that you can do, especially considering the fact that Ubisoft is also like adding stuff like online stuff, like being able to avenge other players or being able to get other like other little events and things they put on there. Yeah, it ended up getting some hate because of some microtransaction bullshit they put on there. But I'm not messing with it because I'm getting everything out of the game. I'm just earning it. I'm just earning it, whatever. But I was surprised that, considering the fact that I did have an account with Ubisoft, and it was from all the other Ubisoft games that I played in the past, and I basically had gained all these different points and whatnot from Ubisoft games that I had been playing, and I was using those to be able to go and utilize towards buying little in-game things that you could utilize in the game, which I already had earned them in the games. I wasn't spending any real world money. I'd be damned if I'm going to be doing that. So anyways, I was going and I was getting these little in-game items you could get with the points that you earned from previous Ubisoft games. And I realized that all those items that I was getting didn't mean shit. They didn't. Because I already progressed far enough along into the game, which wasn't really that far. I progressed long enough to realize that, hey, you know what? These items don't mean shit. So that's just a whole other reason right there. Microtransactions are bullshit. Don't give in to them into $60 titles. They're bullshit. They're a waste of money and a waste of time. So, anyways, microtransactions are freaking stupid. Except if it's in a free-to-play game. If it's in a free-to-play game, it's understandable, but not in a $60 title. Don't give in to the microtransaction bullshit. Anyways, I just want to go ahead and get that little rant out of the way when it comes to dealing with that. But besides that crap, the fact of the matter is this is actually a really great game. If you're really wondering about getting back into Assassin's Creed again, this is a place to start. I also think that it's a good start for beginners as well to get into the series. I really do like Bayek, the main character. I really kind of feel like, to me, at least he's kind of along the lines of kind of what Ezio used to be. Ezio was more kind of jokey and free in a way with the way that he would talk about certain things with different characters and whatnot, which was cool for his character. But this one in particular with Bayek, he's got more of a serious tone to him, but I like the way where his head is in the game, if you will, throughout the story so far. I mean, I haven't beaten it just yet. I think currently I'm like at level 28, I believe, and I don't know how far up the levels go. I really don't know. And I realize how massive this game is because of the fact that I ended up looking into it, and I saw that the world, like, I've only explored like maybe 3 areas of the game, but there's like a bunch of other areas that are shrouded in mist or something that I can't see, or the animus, if you will. So I have no idea how many quests are actually in this game or how long it's going to take me to go through it. But it's definitely a trip worth taking, so definitely look into it. The next game that I got here is .hack GU Last Recode. Now, I have always wanted to be into the .hack series for the longest time now. I've always been wanting to check it out, and I actually did a little bit during the PS2 era very briefly when I ended up playing the first game. I believe I beat it, and I got part ways into the second game, but never got into the third or fourth one. I have the first, second, and third one on PS2 from the first .hack series that came out. I don't have the fourth one because the hell with that, it's expensive as shit. And I never had a chance to even try out GU. And GU is expensive as shit now too, because there's only three games in that series. But in this one, they actually added a new chapter and added in some other stuff, like I believe they added in also video as well for what happened in the previous series, so you can kind of get up to date before you start this, which I haven't done that just yet. But the fact is that it really looks good. You know, you could tell it's a PlayStation 2 era game. But the way that they have done some of the particle effects and the way that things have happened with the character models and things like that seem a lot more sharper, a lot more crisper. It seems more colorful as well. The voice acting is really good in it also. I'm really liking it. I'm still only on the first game, but I'm going to eventually, you know, go on through it and probably enjoy every minute of it because I've heard that the story is really good in it too. And there's also this funny little parody mode. I'm not really sure what it is, but I guess maybe you go through the entire game where there's just like a whole bunch of really weird dialogue that's happening amongst the characters. I'm not really sure. I haven't really looked into it too much. But definitely, if you guys are looking into a really unique and interesting JRPG, then definitely get .hack GU. And once again, this is one of those games I ended up getting in the mail that was broken along up the top up here because UPS or the Postal Service, actually both of them are to blame, don't know how to deliver shit. So anyways, I found out that it was broken in on the top and had to go and get it replaced. So that's why this is a new case as well. Yeah, as you can see, it's all nice and pretty and nice the way that it should be when it got delivered to me in the first place. So anyways, the fact is if you guys are really wanting to get into a JRPG, get into this one. I mean, honestly, this is like since the 15th anniversary of the .hack series. I would love it if they managed to end up coming out with the previous series. That would be great. I mean, yeah, they ended up releasing little videos in here to kind of give a little bit of an update of what's going on in the game after the fact. But if they ended up doing that, I would definitely jump on it, bar none, because I really do love some really good JRPGs. And the previous video that I ended up talking about is As Divine Hearts. I really don't need to say too much about this, except for the fact that it was from Limited Run Games. I won't be doing business with them anymore because I don't like their business practices, and I'm still waiting on my other game to come from them. I waited over 2.5 months for this fucking thing, and it finally got here yesterday. And so yeah, I don't like money being gone from me for any long period of time without having what I freaking paid for in the first place. That's another reason why I don't import. So the fact of the matter is that I just started this yesterday, just got very little ways into it. It has that classic like 2D JRPG kind of thing going on with it. So yeah, definitely looking forward to trying this out a bit more and seeing what it's all about. And yeah, they also have like this really interesting gem socketing system where you end up getting different abilities from different gems that you socket into like this little Rubik's Cube kind of thingy, almost like you're putting in Tetris blocks in to fit just right so you can get as many abilities as you can. So anyways, yeah, but looking forward to trying that out. And the next one I have here is Super Mario Odyssey. And honestly, I almost said Odyssey. Odyssey, I meant to say honestly. Honestly, this is a really good game. It kind of brings back the idea of the N64 era and how everybody just screamed and pissed their pants over how Mario 64 was so amazing and all that stuff for that point in time in gaming. And honestly, yeah, this is a really great one. Nintendo's done it again, really putting out a really high-quality title. And and the thing is, though, is like the story mode itself is like, it seems like it's short, but then after you finish the story mode, dang, this shirt looks big on me. It looks like I'm wearing a damn balloon or blimp or something. Anyway, sorry, that was it's a really large shirt, so just something I got out of the Goodwill because it had a Zelda thingy on it, so it's like 1 or 2 sizes bigger. I think it's 1 size bigger. I don't freaking know. Anyways, but the fact of the matter is that this is really good, and after you end up finishing the main story, you actually go back into the world again, and there's other worlds that ended up unlocking. There's more power moons that you can get. And I think from what I've heard, there's like over 800 power moons, but in reality, there's actually 999 because you can end up buying other power moons to open up other levels and open up other costumes and stuff like that. It's crazy. It really is. And the thing is, and honestly, like I said, this is a great game. I really do like it. The only thing that kind of gets to me a bit is the fact that I kind of do feel like some of the ratings kind of have it overrated a bit. Just for the simple fact that everybody was just like, oh my god, it's a new Mario! Oh my god, it's Odyssey! It's just like Mario 64! Everybody was going freaking crazy for Super Mario Odyssey. And I'm just thinking to myself, I know we've had bad Mario games in the past. I know we have really good Mario games as well. But when I was looking into it and I was checking it out, I was like, yeah, this is something that I definitely want to try out. I really want to play. I got it. I've been liking it so far. But I haven't been like so addicted to the point of like I'm just like getting my panties in a twist over it. You know, I mean, it's just... I mean, yeah, I guess because it's just the fact that everybody loved Mario 64 back in the day, and I guess like Super Mario Galaxy or whatever, and knowing that this ended up coming out, everybody just got into like a schoolgirl glee or whatever, you know, and whatnot over it. But I do think it's a fun game. I really do like it. I'm just not as like, oh my god, game of the year kind of thing, because honestly, even though this is a good game, it's not my game of the year. It's not. I mean, it's really good. I really do like it, and I'm going to continue to play it and go on through from there. Now, it'll probably be one of my games of the year because at the end of the year, I have a list of games of the year that I've really liked. But as far as taking the #1 spot, this one isn't going to do it. But still, it's definitely a great game. Definitely worth getting for your Switch. So if you're looking for a new Mario, which then again, if you have a Switch, you don't really have any choice in the matter because there really isn't any new Mario out on Switch. Definitely end up picking it up because it's a worthwhile trip for sure. And that was another game also that I ended up getting through UPS or it was either, I think it was through UPS or something. And yeah, they ended up screwing up that case and I had to go ahead and get that fixed. So that was aggravating. Oh, one more thing. I actually forgot to show this as a matter of fact, so I'll go ahead and get it down now. And that is this right here. They ended up sending me this for free considering I got it through Best Buy. And it is a Super Mario Odyssey coin. They ended up coming with it. Apparently, the value of it is $20. How the hell would you pay $20 for a freaking coin? But anyways, yeah, there you go. It kind of shows the world, like the world that you end up trotting across the world itself. And Super Mario Odyssey. I haven't opened it up yet. I really don't see any real reason for me to. And I can't get these down just yet, but I actually have some little posters over here on the wall, which is from Super Mario Odyssey, because when I went to go change out the case, they had these free little miniature posters that you could get at Best Buy, and they say, go ahead and take them. I was like, great, get them for free. And one of them has like the chomp where Mario throws his hat and he ends up taking over like the ball and the chain of the chomp. And there's another one where it's just like a bunch of other characters that he could take over with his cap and him throwing his cap and it says Super Mario Odyssey down there and Nintendo Switch and everything on it. They're all stuck up against the wall at the moment. I can't really get them down. I should have done that beforehand before I made the video, but I didn't think about it. But the next one that we have on the list here is Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus. And oh my god, what a game. It is freaking amazing. I love the story. I love the voice acting. I love the characters. I love the action. I love everything about it. This is definitely one of my top games of the year, for sure, bar none. Definitely love it. And as you can see, that is actually an alternate cover. That's an alternate cover right there that's on the back. But I'll go ahead and pop this open real quick so you guys can see. I'll take the disc out, and then I'll take this out. That's the original one. Obviously, if you ended up seeing it, you'll notice that when you end up seeing it like online or in stores or something. But yeah, that's just kind of what it is on the inside. But I really did like the alternate cover, so I went ahead and just put that on the back there. And I really did like the ending. I thought the ending was great. I thought it was like satisfying, really cool, and it did set it up for another sequel. It really did set it up, so I really do hope that happens because just the lore and the story and stuff in these games, especially since it's been rebooted, has been nuts. It's been crazy. I've loved it. It's just been absolutely insane. But yeah, definitely pick up Wolfenstein 2 if you're looking for a really crazy type of first-person shooter to get into, because it's definitely worth it for sure. Especially the music. Well, not the music so much, like the main title screen music and the ending credits music for sure. But other than that, some of the music in the game itself is all right, but overall it just seems like it's kind of just ambient kind of thing. I thought it was kind of funny because I actually ended up seeing a review from GameSpot, and GameSpot was talking about, yeah, I like headbanging to the death metal in it, and I was just laughing. I'm like, there's not death metal in the game. It is basically synth with tinges of heavy metal that's in it. That's basically what the main brunt of the music is. It's like synth music, like electronic and stuff like that. Yeah, there's some metal that's in it. There is some heavy guitars that's in it for sure. But overall, it's kind of just mainly synth. It's just like, yeah, it's death metal. It's like, yeah, you know what? I'm not really into metal or nothing like that, but I really was getting into it. I'm like, yeah, so that says a lot. But anyways, that's beside the fact. But the next one that we got up here is Ratchet & Clank Size Matters. Now, I had played some of this briefly back on the PSP, but I did not have it on PS2. I got it really cheap at Goodwill. Some people claim that they really didn't like it. Some people did and some people didn't, but I've yet to actually go in and see if I really like it and check it out and all that. But I've always been a fan of the Ratchet & Clank series, so getting this on PS2, to me, I think was better because I like handhelds, but I much rather want to be able to see something on a big screen and just use a controller more so than using a handheld. So yeah, definitely got to add that to the whole Ratchet & Clank collection once again. The next one that we got on the list here is dealing with Dead Space 3. Now, I used to have this. I played it. I think I got halfway through it or near the end or something, and I guess the story just fell apart or the gameplay fell apart for me or something, and I just couldn't get into it anymore. I hated the way that it was going about like a buddy cop, like love triangle thingy, something that was going on between him and his buddy and one of the female protagonists in the game. I was just like, this doesn't say Dead Space to me. The gameplay in it was cool, and I thought it was unique with the fact that you end up seeing different types of visions depending on whether you're playing as either Isaac or what's the other guy's name? Carver or Carter or something like that. Anyways, but the fact is when I ended up finding out that the devil spawn, EA, ended up going and shutting down Visceral Games, I said, we're probably never going to get like an HD remake or remaster or what the piss ever, or like a collection or anything on newer consoles or anything like that. I said, so the hell with it. I'm just going to go ahead and pick up Dead Space 3. Again, I got it for like $8 or $9 or something. So now I have the complete Dead Space series, so I'm glad to actually have that. And now, if anything does happen where we don't get anything like that in the future, hopefully, maybe some of the people from Visceral will actually go and create another company and make something like Dead Space, but call it something different. I don't really know, but I guess we'll just have to see. But yeah, it really did suck. You know, it just seems like EA just wants to come and just knock down companies and just microtransaction the shit out of everything. And it's like I ended up hearing something recently. It's like EA's like, everybody just doesn't play single player games anymore. You know, everybody wants multiplayer games and they want to be able to utilize microtransactions and all this stuff. If you couldn't tell the way the voice was, it's basically one of those closed-minded, ignorant, arrogant, fat, like, business-type guys that just is in it for the money and doesn't know jack shit about gaming. So, yeah. Basically, that's how I feel about it. It's just the fact that EA is full of shit when they're talking about single-player games. People don't like them anymore. What the hell have you been smoking, dude? Saying that single-player games... There's, like, so many single-player games out there that sell gangbusters. And you got your head up your ass thinking that, oh, well, people just want to use microtransactions or want to be able to play multiplayer. Fuck you. You're full of shit. You just got that greedy business mentality. You're full of shit. So fuck you. So the next game that we have here, sorry about that, but the next game that we got here is Wolfenstein, another Wolfenstein. It's a threefer, or a threefer, three something, thrace. Anyways, the fact of the matter is, yeah, it's another Wolfenstein, actually fourfer, because New Blood was the DLC thing. Anyways, but the fact is that I ended up getting this like a long time ago. I got it really cheap, and then I ended up selling it with some other games of mine. And I was like, well, I said I really couldn't get into it because I was playing other games. So I found this for like $6 or something, I think it was, and I was like, okay, I really wanted to jump on it because I also ended up hearing that the company who ended up making this, or one of the companies or something like that, had shut down or something, so they weren't making any more physical copies or anything like that, and there wasn't really anywhere else you could get it besides just the physical copies. I don't know if it's digital or anything on like PlayStation Network or nothing like that. I'm not sure. But the fact is, I'm glad I got it because this was the reboot before the new reboot that we got going on now, you know, with PS4. This was back on PS3. And I've heard it was like really, some of the stuff that I've seen, it seems like really awesome. It really deals with like, obviously deals with the Nazis, but it also deals more, excuse me, with like the occult and things like that. Basically, it was like going back to the old game, but basically revamping it was just like a whole brand new story and things like that, and I guess new gameplay mechanics or something like that. So definitely look forward to jumping back in this again and seeing really what all the buzz was about because I didn't really get too far into it. So anyways, that is the pickups for now, and my God, I went on for 21 minutes. So anyways, I'll just go ahead and leave that as it is, and I will go ahead and I will end this like I always do. Later, taters.